Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you to Army Public School PMA Resource Network. Before we start our today's lecture, please subscribe this page and click on the bell icon to receive our upcoming videos well in time. In today's subject English language, we will study informal email, and in our today's subject English literature, we will study chapter 2 of the novel Swiss Family Robinson. Students, this is the era of modern technology, and sending messages or communicating through letter has been replaced by email. In today's lesson, we will see email in detail. But prior to start the topic, I would like to share today's learning objectives with you. Okay. Our first learning objective is to know what is email. Second learning objective is to differentiate between formal and informal email. Third learning objective is to see the basics of informal email. And number 4 is to write an email on the given topic by following the instructions. Students, now let's see what is an email. An email is a message or messages distributed by electronic means from one computer user to one or more recipients via a network. So email is the most modern way of communicating. It has many advantages, as you can see in the picture as well. Electronic mail. Mail is a rapid and productive communication tool because it is faster than paper mail. Unlike telephones, the person communicating with each other need not to be available at the same time. Unlike fax documents, email documents can be stored in a computer and be easily edited by using editing programs. This picture is a sort of comparison between email and phone calls or a fax, which clearly shows the importance of email. In this slide, we will see the types of email. There are two types of email: formal and informal. Formal emails are those which are written to some companies, government departments, or offices. These recipients are not so well known to you, whereas informal email is the one which is written to family members, relatives, or friends. These recipients are well acquainted to you. Now let's see the difference between formal and informal email. Here is a chart which will clearly show the differences. First is the formal email, and on the second hand we can see the informal email. Okay. Opening and closing. In formal emails, there is a proper beginning and ending pattern. For example, Dear Sir or Dear Madam. While in informal emails, as such no pattern is required, and opening informally with words like hi or hello. In formal emails, use respectively endings with the words like these, whereas in informal emails, closing with the first name or initials can be done. In formal emails, closing with a courteous line and with signature of the sender. Courteous line means you will start your message and end your message by a marked, polished manner or respectful manner. And one thing more, in formal email, you can never use contractions. You have to write down the full form of the words like how are you and where are you. On the other hand, in informal email, we can use the contracted forms of the words. Like you can see in the picture, how are you and where are you. Basics of writing an informal email, or we can see prerequisites of writing a good email. Number 1. Email address of the recipient. Recipient means the person whom you are writing the email. Second, a subject or a subject line, and it should not be more than 6 to 10 words, because if you will write the details here, then what would you have to do with the body of the email? Third, an appropriate greeting or salutation. Salutation is a line of goodwill at the start of the body of email. Then the body, where subject is explained in detail. And number 5 is closing or signature. If your email is informal, you can close your email by expressions like yours sincerely, yours respectfully, and if your email is formal, you can better close your email by a signature. Sample of an informal email. Students, in the previous slide, we have just studied about the characteristics of a good email. Now here is a sample of an informal email, and kindly note down whether this sample of informal email has those characteristics or not. So let's see. 2. Aman@gmail.com. This is the recipient's address. Then subject, Bahria information. This is the subject, and you can see it consists of only 2 words. It's not too long. Hi Aman, how are you doing? This is the salutation. And now starts the body of the email. That is, listen, I have been assigned to work on Barrier Town accounts by my company, and then I recall that once you told me that you have also worked on Barrier Town accounts last year. So I was wondering if you could help me and give me some information regarding this client. Let's plan to meet this Saturday. Thanks, Mohsin. So students, have you noted that this email has been closed informally? It doesn't have any signature. Yardsticks for favorable outcome. Students, this is your success criteria or a roadmap by following which you can write a handsome email. So first is, draw a format of informal email on your loose sheets. Second, use the structural feature of email, means follow the proper format of informal email. Third, carefully choose your words according to the recipient. And number fourth, identify the recipient from the question and guess whether you have to write him a formal or informal email. Let's have a trial. Students, now let's see your understanding of today's topic. So here is a question for you. Write an informal email to your friend in another city, informing him or her about your visit. In your email, you have to ask, or you have to include the following points. First, how your friend and his family are, means goodwill or salutation. Second, ask him if it is okay to visit them, when you plan to visit, and how long will you stay there. Third, what activities would you like to do with your friend and which place would you like to visit? So students, you have to be careful about these informations while writing your email. Okay students, in this week a bit of material from Unit 3 is also included. So let's have a look at this. Our Unit 3 is Food, Glorious Food, and the subtopic which has been selected from this unit is a meal that's always special. Students, you can see these pictures and you can guess the meal from the pictures as well. But let's come to the next slide and see what is the meal that is always special. A meal that is always special. Yes, this is a comprehension passage about a special meal, that is, iftar meal. It is a type of blog written by Mr. Kashif from Islamabad. He enumerates the tradition of his family regarding iftar meal and and Taraweeh prayer. Further, he told us about the tradition of breaking fast with dates. Students, the month of Ramadan is going on, and Muslims all over the world observe special traditions of breaking fast and Taraweeh prayer. Students, in this slide I want to share some instructions with you while you will read the reading passage. Okay, read aloud the passage and record your reading. Play back the recording and listen critically the following points. Number 1. Check if your sound is okay. Number 2. Note if you need some pronunciation guide. So, carefully listen to your recording and notice if somewhere your pronunciation is wrong. Please check your pronunciation from some dictionaries installed in your phone, or you can directly check the pronunciations from Google. Decide whether you need to repeat the reading or it is okay. Then, add words you think are difficult to my vocabulary bank. And last, another way is to listen to the audio track 3.3 and reflect on what you have listened. The audio track 3.3 is available in the CD which is attached at the end of your textbooks English Ahead. Students, now we have to switch our subject to English literature because we have to cover this week's English language and literature in the same video. So let's see English literature. Our novel Swiss Family Robinson and its chapter 2 is going to be seen by us now. Students, in previous weeks you people have studied Unit 1 and 2 of Swiss Family Robinson. In today's lecture, we will know how to do the exercise of Unit 2. Prior to start the exercise, I will share learning objectives. First, to recap Chapter 2 in order to refresh your knowledge for written work. Second, to write the answers of question 1 to 4 in your own words. Third, to imagine yourself as Fritz and write a letter to someone for your rescue. Fourth, to know how to write something while imagine it. Before starting the written work of Unit 2, students, we must take its recap. Okay, Pastor's ship caught a storm. Yes, when Pastor was on its voyage along with his family, his ship, the Adventurer, was caught by a huge storm. Then all the lifeboats were taken away by the crew. We have seen that when Pastor and his family rushed towards the deck of the ship, they noticed that all the lifeboats were taken away by the crew and none was left for them. What happened next? The family thought to make a raft to reach the shore. The family members gave different ideas to reach the shore, but finally it was decided that they will make a raft to reach the shore. Then they found many useful tools and animals on the ship. For example, they found fishing hooks, sailcloth, axes, hammers, some cows, sheep, and chicken. Okay, what happened next? While swimming to the shore, Elizabeth dropped a mysterious bag into Fran's barrel. Now you would be thinking, what was in that mysterious bag? But students, it is a mystery for you because it would be known to you by the end of chapter 3. Okay, then Turk and Ponto jumped into the sea and swam to the shore. Yes, Turk and Ponto were their dogs. They also jumped into the sea and swam to the shore along with the family. After taking the recap, let's come to exercise 1. In exercise 1, there are comprehension questions. First is, what happened to the adventurer? You all know that adventurer is the name of pastor's ship, and you have to tell what happened to his ship, the adventurer. Question 2. Why weren't there enough lifeboats for pastor's family? Students, this is what we have just seen in recap also. So writing answer would be easy for you. Question 3. What reason did Ernest give for not swimming to the shore? And question 4. How did Pastor build a raft for his family? The details for answering these questions are there in your chapter. You have to read the chapter carefully and write the answers in your own words. Now let's come to exercise 2. Imagine that you are Fritz. You want to send a letter in a bottle in the hope that someone will find it and come to your rescue. Write a letter saying that what has happened to you and asking for help. Your answer should consist of 60 to 80 words. Okay students, here you have to imagine that you are Fritz, the son of pastor. And by imagining, you have to write a letter to someone. You see that there is no other way of sending your letter, so definitely you will put that letter into a bottle and throw it into the sea and hope that maybe someone will find your letter and come to your rescue. You will write the answer of this question by properly following the format of an informal letter. And your letter can be found by anyone, so your recipient will definitely be someone. Then you will explain the whole calamity befall to you and request for help and rescue. Students, in previous two slides, I gave you the written work related to your novel. But here is some extra task for you, and that is choose your favorite novel or story and read. Remember to read with understanding to answer the following questions, because when you will read the novel critically and with understanding, then you will be able to answer these questions. So question number 1 is, what happened in the first few chapters? Question 2, who are the main characters? Write few lines to describe them. And number 3, give 2 examples each of noun, verb, adverb, adjective, pronoun and preposition from the story. And question number 4 is also related to these parts of speech. That is, use any 6 identified parts of speech in your sentences. Thank you so much, students. Keep up the hard work till you are back to school.